That was some weird stuff there. My phone is doing its own thing. Take that off there. So good to see all of you. Hope you are all doing absolutely amazing. Sorry for it being a little bit late. Ran into some tech issues with a gimbal or a gamble, whatever that thing's called. But anyway, hope you're all doing great. We had an incredible training here in Houston, and it was just absolutely amazing, the entire group there. And one of the people that came up to me in the training said something so powerful. It really inspired me to talk about what I want to talk about today. And what they shared with me is that they got tools. They got tools at the event. And I mean, that's why we've been around since 1982, that we deliver on tools. And I want to talk about that today. And again, thank you so much for joining here in Houston and in our home here and getting ready to just have a couple of down weeks and then going to, where are we? We're in Los Angeles, we're in Tampa, we're teaching our advanced class in Tampa. We're in Los Angeles running a basic event. So if you're from LA, if you're from the Southern California area, really good opportunity for you to experience us there in the training. Tools, let's talk about tools. So a lot of trainings, and they're very helpful, and I've been to them. I've been to trainings. You know, I started, I think I did my first event with my dad when I was 11 years old. A lot of trainings are geared towards, let me do something to you so that you can elevate. That's awesome. It really can be helpful. And in fact, my dad really got into this industry back when I was, 11 years old because of that, because he went to trainings that helped him as an individual to elevate. Well, they get you to a certain point and you sit there and you go, awesome, I want to go deeper. I want to go even more thoroughly into what's going on in my life. And the problem is that in order for you to go deeper, you actually have to have a tool. You know, you can bring your car to a mechanic over and over again and they can fix it. I used to work on cars, so I'm using an example that I'm pretty familiar with. And that is that if I work on my own car, I know what's going on. I know what I need to do, and I have a deeper idea of that. I bought my son's Jeep from him. It's a 2018 Jeep, and I open up the hood and I look at it and I'm like, there's not a lot of computer stuff in here. This is something that I could actually work on. This is something that I could actually do something with, and I have an understanding of how the car works. When you got that, maybe I'm not a full-blown mechanic, but I know what the issues are. And at the very least, when I drive into a mechanic shop, I can say to them, here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to have happen. Well, here's the deal. When you have tools, you're able to look at yourself and go, I know what I need to do. So for example, a lot of you might not know this, there are 6 aspects to your health. There's actually 6. There's not just your physical body. There's your energy. There's your mental mindset. There's your emotional. There's your actual physical body. Then there's your brain. How's your brain health? And then there's the environment. See, if you don't know those things, if you don't know those basic things, and there's something going wrong in your environment, and you go to a training that's all about energy or all about emotion and get motivated, you feel good for a moment, but then you go home and you're not there. You're sitting there going, maybe I should just go back. And the problem with that is, and I've been saying this for years, you go to a motivational training, you get pumped up, you can do anything. I can pick up the entire world and throw it and just do whatever I want. But how come I go back home and I feel like I can't do anything? Then you know that the problem isn't with the emotions. You know the problem isn't with the energy. You know that the problem isn't going to be simply solved just by doing one specific tool. The goal that we have as a company is to help people identify not just one tool, all of their tools. Better than that, really, how do you use each tool for a specific thing? Now, the downside of it is that we get smaller groups, but I like that. I actually like smaller groups where I can be focused, where I can be dialed in. The group that we just had here in Houston, under 50 people total in the room, and I loved it. I got to know so many individuals and actually got to talk to people on the breaks and tell them, hey, this tool that you learned here on Saturday, this is how you apply it to this. This tool that you learned on Friday, here's how you apply it to this, as just opposed to get jacked up, get pumped up and feel like you can do anything, when in actuality, that might help. And if it helped you, and if you went to a training where you got so pumped up and so motivated and so energized that you went home, then cool. Of those 6 areas of physical, mental, emotional, health, and well-being, your entire body, You went to the training that hit the right one. 1 out of 6 though, man. That's like rolling a dice. We do our best to give all 6 sides to that dice. So look, at the end of the day, every event that you attend is going to help you. One time a person came up to me, actually it was here in Houston, he came up to me and he said, I did all these previous trainings and they were a waste. I said, no, they're not. No, they're not. They gave you the tools to really help you as an individual to elevate and to achieve more in your life. If you want to learn more about it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out NLP.com. Like I said, we're going to be coming to NLP trainings in Los Angeles. And man, we have like 6 events happening at the end of May all the way through June. We're going to be hitting a ton of cities. So really no excuse. If this is something that you're interested in, check us out, NLP.com. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Aloha. Hui ho.